Nobody should revise for their GCSEs. Like I revised for my GCSEs. Guys, I was an absolute academic victim at GCSE. By the end of exam season, I was so burnt out. And this is everything that I wish I had done differently in my GCSE revision. I've spoken about this before. I got really poor grades in my mock exams. I got 3s in history and chemistry, and I came out with 9s in both. The first thing I wish I had done is just start revising earlier. I started revising so late, and for that reason, it had to be really intense. I wish I had taken my mocks seriously and properly revised for them, had a revision schedule, made sure I was covering all of the content that was going to be in the mock exam. Because this is fantastic practice for exam season. You figure out which revision methods work for you, where you work best, when you work best, and also this spaced repetition of concepts will reinforce them into your long-term memory. So when I was doing revision for my GCSEs in like April, May, I was just then figuring out which revision strategies worked for me, and I do not recommend that to anyone because I just wasted so much time doing things that weren't helpful for me. Next up, I wished I had focused my revision on exam technique as well as content. I was relatively good at this for the sciences and for maths, and I got 9s in all of those, but I really did not focus on exam technique for GCSE English, and I did come out with 2 8s. And I knew all of the content. Those 15 poems are branded into my long-term memory. But my exam technique was terrible. I wish I had focused on that and actually taken in the feedback from my mock exams and from my practice questions, instead of just doing the same thing over and over and over again and not understanding how I could improve. I wish I had made revision resources earlier. I had no flashcards for business, for history, for RF. For business, I ended up using Quizlet flashcards, but then for history, I had to make my own, and it took forever. I just wish I had been doing it throughout the year. Trust me, if you do this, your future self is really going to thank you. And finally, I wish I had just stayed on top of things in the class. So if there was anything that I didn't understand, I wish I had gone over it then and there, because there were so many things in GCSE maths that had piled up, and you understand how maths concepts build on each other. If you don't understand one thing, you're not going to understand the next. So I was just in a complete and utter mess because there were so many things I didn't understand because I didn't understand the prior topic. I wish I had done that. It would have saved myself so much time and effort. And if you want to see tips on how to revise for your GCSEs effectively, be sure to follow because I am posting my top study tips and tricks every single day.